Okay, so we've just been speaking on here for anybody watching the recording, a particular incident, and for the sake of the recording, I'm not going to mention names, but this is the sort of thing why it's really important for us to be able to help people feel safe and feel loved and that they are worthy and good enough. Because unfortunately, what can happen is that as people go down their journey of a dementia, the amygdala can get fired a lot quicker. Okay, so it can fire up. So this is it normally: fight, flight, freeze. Okay, fight, flight, freeze. Okay, it's always looking after us. Just say this is our amygdala, a little bit in our brain. So it's always pumping away, just checking things out, you know. So somebody comes to the door, the doorbell goes, it'll be going fight, flight, freeze, just checking. Okay, do I know this person? You know, do I stand back? You know, what is it? It's like, so it's always checking. So right now, if a bear came into my room, I'd go like that, and I need it to, because it gives me the shot of cortisol and the shot of adrenaline to move pretty darn quickly, yeah, or freeze or do whatever else we're going to do. Now, when somebody has a neurocognitive disorder and they're really not sure, right? What do I do next? What's happening? Where am I? Who is that person? That's already kind of open, yeah. And if from a past incident, there is something that then gets triggered, they'll go there to distress really quickly and lash out and get upset. This is why when somebody gets their first diagnoses, it's really important that we can help clear past issues that ever made them feel unsafe, in my opinion. Okay. And that's why havening is so good. That's why any kind of other work that we can do that clears people from those issues. I mean, I use my bunny eye movements, or there's so many other different things that you can do, but it's really important to, and it's called depotentiating that AMPA receptor off the amygdala. Okay. But so really, it's like taking the big lump of poo off your brain, off your amygdala. Okay. So it's, let me just get my little lump of poo. So it's like getting rid of that. And we've got to get rid of them, because this is sadly, yeah, I know, my little poo. This is sadly when we have people who do react and they get flustered. So this person that we were just discussing, yeah, it's really important because they still feel unsafe. They still feel they're triggered all the time. And that needs to be helped with. Problem is, if they get it time and time again, it's layering on, so it becomes their belief system that this has happened. But this is why hypnosis can help: the relaxation, the calming, the soothing, the self-touch. And it's so yeah, so quite interesting that came up. And it'll be the same for our firefighters, anybody, military people, anybody who is in our who sees horrible things. Because when we think about it, our first responders and military, when they are activated, when they're like that, if most people run away from fear and run away from pain, yeah, they're trained to run towards it. Yeah. You're so, you know, any of us, if our house is on fire, we go out. If there's still somebody inside, they go in. So and it's just that there are those things, there will be those times where they couldn't quite save somebody, and that goes on there like a lump of poo. So now, if they maybe hear a fire engine or a this or a that, or just noise or smell smoke or whatever, and they're going to go there. Okay. So it's really important that we find out, we get curious, how can we help our people to feel safe? And we all have the ability to do that, which is pretty cool, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so that they're less triggered, they're less likely to go into that sundowners fear of the shadows. They're less likely to have all of that and react if they feel unsafe. Because of course, by the time they're much older, because generally, you know, I mean, I know we can get dementia at any age. And of course, if they've had concussion, that can accelerate things. But we can, if they're older, then they're not as fit to fight back. So when we think about that fear, it's really real.
Mm.
And of course, the mind, we know this, it doesn't know if it's real or imagined.
That's right.
So it's, I think when we see our people we get curious. I mean, I wonder, Gary, have you got some people who you see and they hate hospitals, yet they're in hospital?
Yeah, I don't actually get too much of that, to be honest.
They might like it. They might like being away from home and being looked after for a
no, it is one. It's a lot less than you'd think.
But they get institutionalized. People do get institutionalized into places. We know that. Stockholm syndrome. You know, it's all a real thing. So last week we were about to start talking about Lewy body, and then I know, Carrie-Anne, you had to disappear, so I ended up doing some relaxation. Did anybody listen to it yet? No. Gary, have you caught up on any of the videos? No. All right. So have you, Carrie-Anne, been able to catch up on
I apologize. I know I watched one, but I apologize. I get going and
yeah, just have it on if you're baking a cake, if you're just doing something, you know, just have it on.
Sure.
Because there'll be something that I'll say, because I know I do repeat things a lot, but by the nature of it, so much of it is repetitive.
Yes.
When something is repeated, then we actually do take it in a lot more because it's the path well trod.
Yeah.
So again, what can we do if somebody has Lewy body and the wandering off? I think you all know my story about my grandma anyway. I've said it probably a few times now. But my grandma was not wandering. She was walking with purpose to the church. So if people say to you again, oh, they're wandering, I don't want them wandering off, I'd go, well, where do you think they'd be where would they be going? They'd be going home. So they're going home, or they're going to a place where they feel safe, or they're going to somewhere that they had a nice time. They're going somewhere that feels right for them. And they're not quite sure, and they're not quite, but they just know it. So we get curious. And we can always, you know, just say, oh, we can go out to that place. Where would you like to go? And again, they may forget. So it's so at some point they may be lucid enough to tell you, and then make sure you take them. It could be the I don't know, a specific place that's got lots of flowers, or a particular shop they like. I don't know. However, how do we stop people with Lewy body from wandering off? People with Lewy body have spatial issues. So if you put a big black mat in front of the front door, that's a hole. They actually will visualize that as a hole. And you can also, for say somebody who is walking with purpose, not wandering, and they might not have Lewy body, you know those jingly things that you can get that will wake you up? They hang from the door, you know, they'll go ding, 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 ding. There's also ornaments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wind chimes.
Yeah, like little wind chime, that's right. They can, thank you, Carrie. little ding dings. They would wake that that kind of thing would wake you up, so you're alerted. I do know that there are those wonderful alarms people can put around them, and they might take them off. What's this? What am I wearing this for?
Yeah, they don't know. They
I
can't
don't
remember what it is.
I don't want this on me. It's to the side. Why on earth would they remember that's on them? It's there's so many different things. And I had somebody who said to me, well, they said they fell down the stairs and they've got these bruises. And I go, okay. And that sounds awful, sounds really painful. Yeah, but we haven't got any stairs. Okay. But they fell over, they fell down. To them, there were stairs.
Yeah.
That's what can happen. So with the Lewy body, that's how they visualize it.
Oh,
I know. And that's why it's...
So even while they're falling, they're experiencing stairs.
Interesting,
isn't it?
That's why they fell down the stairs.
Yeah, interesting.
Because the mind doesn't know if it's real or imagined. But in this case, it really didn't.
Yeah.
Literally. So it's so we just keep getting curious, and and the caregivers, they're tearing their hair out, literally as well sometimes, because it's like, when will it ever stop? When do I get a break? And it's awful. We know, and we really have to understand that and that's why we give them as many tools as possible with the mindfulness, the hypnosis, that they can do that all together. Because when they are having that relax, because we all know that 20 minutes of hypnosis can give you the benefits of 3 hours of sleep.
Sure.
So it's like they might want to repeat it a few times during the day. It's like that. Yeah. And do you know what? Yeah, it does. It gives them a break if they're asleep. It sounds, it's hard. And it's patience, and it's then about, we have to keep bringing back the humor, and it is just so difficult. But first of all, we have to help the caregiver get over that emotional roller coaster, because they're going to feel guilty for being so angry, resentful, there's all those things. So many. So what we want to do is to anchor in some good times for them. And I know you all know how to set up anchors. I know Gary does. You do, Carrie Ann. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we do. Okay, we set up anchors. What have you got, Gary? Oh, it's your cat. I know, because you're on that kind of like with the background, so you just get this kind of thing every so often.
This is my little one. This is my.
Let's see, I missed it.
Now we've lost you altogether. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, can't see. This is my little one. She's 18 and a half.
18 and a half years old?
Yeah, no, I had her since she was little. One little one. She's very shy.
Oh.
You've
got a Persian, haven't you? You got a
well, he is almost it. Yeah, he's the white fluffy one. Yeah, he's about 4.5, 5. She's got everything wrong with her. She cost me a fortune.
Oh, the white one, the white Persian.
No, the little one, the little tabby. She's got kidney issues, thyroid issues, blood pressure issues. And I had to go and get 150 quid's worth of medication for her today, and she's got a 400-pound blood test to have on Tuesday. She has to have that about every couple of months.
Oh my word.
Goodness.
Oh, we're coming again.
Yeah. Well, you obviously love her.
Oh, she's sweet.
Still cheaper than children, Gary.
Yeah. She's not a cuddly cat, but she'll come up and nuzzle me and things. As I said, I've had her since she's a rescue cat, but I've had her since she was 3 months. So.
Oh, there you go. It's so yeah, and the animals, they're clearly good for us.
Oh yeah.
You see?
Yeah, they are.
And it's that just goes without saying. If you can so I had some clients. I went to see them actually last week, and so she is 89, and I've been seeing them on and off. I haven't been for a while, and he just likes to the son likes me to go and see them. I think I've mentioned them before. So the daughter got shot in the brain, got shot in the head, and so she is now more acts like an 11-year-old, and she has done since she was at college. So that's been her life. She's 63. Anyway, I did their he just wanted me to give them an assessment, see where they were now. So the mum had gone down to 13. Okay. And when I very first started working with her, she was about 19. I went to see them weekly, and we got it up to 24. That was when she was in her more early 80s, sort of like 83, 84. So she's 89 now. And I'm not seeing them on a regular basis. He just wanted me to check in and to see them. They didn't remember me, but they did, because I got hugs. They remembered the feeling I give to them, and the daughter especially, you know, so she knew. And but she didn't. But hers, last time I went, hers was 16 and she'd gone up to 20. So I think that 16 one was because they just moved to his new house, and it's a disruption.
Sure.
And she was just that way out. Now he's got a swimming pool, and they've got a dog. Actually, their dog's younger than mine. But he said, bring your puppy, bring my dog, who's nearly 2. Anyway, we got video. It was so fun because we were there for a good half hour watching the dogs in the pool, and mine can't swim. So it was really funny. And he's got he's got acres of land. Okay. And a great big pond down at the bottom. This is what America can be like, you know, it's just beautiful. And a big woods. And anyway, he's got ducks running around. He's got quail. He's got chickens. And fortunately, my dog didn't go after them that much. But anyway, I went away with 12 duck eggs, 12 chicken eggs, and like, I don't know how many quail eggs you can go put in. I couldn't eat the quail eggs. I did boil them up. My husband had to eat them. I just went, oh, it's like eating bird eggs. I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it. They were like little.
Yeah,
they're tiny.
I've had them pickled.
I just couldn't. I don't know. There was just something about it. I just went. So he had to eat them, and I did check everything was safe first of all, because 4 bobbed up to the top, and so I had to throw those away. But it was the chicken eggs I can do, and the duck eggs were lovely. And I baked some cakes, as you would have seen me. I don't know if you've seen that video. I took a banana bread and walnut bread cake to Cheryl Elman. I don't know if you've seen that reel. So I baked her a cake with the duck eggs. So that was quite sweet. But yeah, it was lovely. So that is where the pets, you see. So we're going back to the pets, Carrie, because you have one. So really, yes. And truly, if you can encourage a pet, or you have one that is well behaved, then you can take it with you in session. You know, like a little dog, or
little therapy.
Yeah. I would have taken my older one. This one is just like the size of a lion. It was only that they have an outside, so they were fine. My other dog was so well behaved, so beautiful. Well, she wasn't when she was a puppy. She was naughty, but you know, and this one's still a puppy. So I'll say, but he's really strong. And if he is big. So, but that's lovely because they loved it, you know. And we all got soaked because, of course, they're in the pool, and then they were like shaking off and like rubbing themselves next to us. So we're all wet. But it was funny. It was funny. So what are we doing when we're laughing? It's just those endorphins, those wonderful feelings, oxytocin, serotonin, all the things, all our happy hormones.
The best.
Are the best. Yes. Laughter is the best medicine. So they felt good. It was just fun. and he wanted to tell me the things that he's doing with them as well. So they've got a whole table full of colorings, table upstairs where they've got all their puzzles laid out. They go on little outings. There is a lady who comes in and takes them out to places. And then, of course, plus he's got all the grounds. Where's the duck and the geese and the this and that and that and that. And they go for walks, and they've got a basketball. They can do hoop, and he's gonna set up like a little miniature golf thing for them, for his mum, like just one hole. Now it's funny because I asked her, I was like saying, what year is it? No, I don't know, 1980. Okay, so it's absolutely brilliant because she was an athlete, and do you know what? I'm not being funny. She is so fit still. Isn't that brilliant?
Is this the daughter?
The girl, I mean the mum, the 89-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Because she thinks she's an athlete.
Sure.
Because she was.
She
played tennis, she did yachting, she did this, she did that. Well, if she doesn't know how old she is, then she didn't know how old she is. So
and her body responds. Like you say, she looks like an athlete because she thinks she's an athlete.
Yeah.
Because that's really all you have to do. You can build all kinds of
so isn't that brilliant? So of course she can do the stairs. There's never a problem. She can dance, she can move, she can boot, she can do this. She's moving all over the place. There's nothing wrong with her balance. There's nothing wrong with anything. So I absolutely love that, that aspect. And I was saying to him, I said, this is just brilliant. She's so fit.
Yeah.
So her heart is fit.
Yeah.
And it's just that she'll ask you the same question lots of times.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Repetitive stuff.
Yeah. But we went round looking at all the ornaments because I know they brought, and she goes, oh yes, my mother, this was my mother's, and it was her she remembered everything. So that's where we took the conversation. So she could have a full-on conversation with me and tell me about the old days. Because she remembered it. She remembered everything about the china, and we got that there, and this is that, and yes, it's Royal Dalton, it's this, it's that, just saying little bits. And so that's where we take people's conversations. And you know what? Again, I don't know if it's real or imagined. It doesn't matter. She's having a full-blown conversation. I don't know what's real, and the daughter didn't know either because she wasn't there, or because she wasn't born yet. It doesn't matter. But you have it. The person living with dementia is telling you something that's interesting. So isn't that nice?
Is it important to engage them in that way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I would think.
Yeah. Because it's then her person. She's feeling important. She's somebody's interested. And she is interesting. So when somebody listens to you, if you were talking about something like I'm talking right now, but if you were telling us a story about something, we're all listening avidly and not on our phones, then we would be like, Gary, I don't know what you're doing. Then we would be you would think, oh, they're finding me interesting. I am saying something that they are interested in, and that would make you feel good. Yeah. I mean, imagine giving a speech, a presentation, and everybody's on their phones. Well, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you'll always get one or two just because maybe something's happened, but not everybody.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel all sinky, horrible.
It's like a lot of the classrooms. Someone was telling me in the classrooms and stuff now that they have like a bucket or something. The kids have to put their phones in when they come in to the room.
Good.
so that, you know, they'll pay attention.
Yeah. But so when we're listening to somebody living with dementia, with their issue, and we are fully paying them attention and asking them questions about it, or going, yeah, oh my goodness, or oh, that sounds fun, or whatever we're saying, do you not think that will give them the, oh, I'm important feeling?
Sure.
Even if it's a moment in time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter for that moment in time. And then you're giving them that feeling of being important, the feeling. So then they'll remember the feeling you give them. They won't remember exactly what it really was. It's just the feeling that you give them. Compared to somebody else who's, oh, like that with them while they're talking. Do you think that would make them, they won't like you, they won't know why, but they just won't
regardless, that person still needs, like you say, to feel safe and valued and loved.
Yeah. So it's our whole body language that we use with somebody. It's not what we say, it's the interested look, it's the being with them, holding space for them, so that they do feel valued, heard, important. Yeah. And like I say, so many people, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But if somebody doesn't, if somebody, I think I mentioned this last time, that I had my friend saying that she goes to see her mother-in-law and she's weeping every single time. Can I cut? Because she doesn't like her husband. So we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And that's sad.
It is sad because you don't know.
No, so that's that safety thing, you see. Just that we come full circle what we were talking about.
They're just completely, you know, locked in.
Yeah.
To that. I mean, they have no choice, right? At all.
No choice, just like when
they could be in actual, you know, somewhat of a dangerous situation.
They could be, really could be. Just looking at my little notes here to say, so yeah, oh yeah, that was another thing that they had in the nice house. There's the horrible house, there's the nice house. I mean, it was honestly, it was just so light and airy, and he has his paintings out. I mean, what a setup he's done for his mum and his sister there, you know. And he and his wife, they look after them. And in fact, I think her mother stays as well sometimes. So yeah, there's a lot going on. And there's a lot more of our clients nowadays who are having elderly in-laws staying with them.
Sure.
Because it's less expensive than a home.
Yeah.
Because these homes are so expensive to run. And I think they probably always have been, but there's just, I don't know, for some reason everything seems to be so much more expensive now.
Yeah, it's pretty bad in a lot of respects. In where I live, there are a lot of rehab homes and places for rehab here. It's one of the biggest rehab cities in the world, and it's not that big of a city, but it's the same thing. They're so expensive, and parents will pay, I don't know, 20,000. Well, it's probably more now. I was on a committee for one that wanted to approach a more holistic approach to taking care of addiction. And of course, the doctors involved didn't like it at all. So it was kind of a a kind of a crazy thing. But at that time, and it's probably been a good, I don't know, I would say 8 years or so ago, they were saying that, they paid $20,000 a month for their child to come for rehab, and then
And then they're not even helped.
and then they get right, or they're released and they're still not any better, or they're back on it's
I
a
know.
hard thing.
Yeah. It's so we go back to actually what can we do then to help? And when we are helping the family and the caregiver, the care partner, we're actually helping them look after their own health, because we've already said how hard this is for the person, the care partner. And if they actually can look after their health with like drinking more water, because if they're making sure the other person is drinking water, it's like they'll have to pace it. Well, let's meet, so the other person will mirror back and drink their water. So now they're getting hydrated.
Yeah.
This is how it's like a salad. It's like the, salmon, tuna, blueberries. It's like, this is what we're eating, but it's like, then the caregiver is getting good nutrients as well, instead of, oh, I'm so tired, or all I can feel like is pizza. And then it's like, so that's, but if you're telling, no, your person living with dementia, it'll slow the process down if they eat well and they eat this. Oh, well, that's what you will eat as well. So it's like a double whammy, that you're looking after the person living with dementia and yourself. Of course, when we usually see people when they're in their first diagnoses, and they can actually still do plenty of things. They can prepare food, they can do stuff, they can go shopping, it's plenty they can do. It's just that they're a bit more forgetful. But it's just, as it can go down the road, if the caregiver has already been used to looking after themselves like that, then hopefully they will remain, because it's always remaining then, looking after themselves as well. So it's about putting in those good habits, those good things that they're going to do, first of all, and as we say, getting rid of stuff that might cause them anger and fear, giving them tools, getting the things in place, like the photo album, so that they've got it at hand if people have forgotten, instead of saying, or doing that awful thing of, do you remember their name? What are they called? That's like so horrible. Instead of, yeah, hello, sweetheart, John, here's it's like, so you've said the name first. Yeah, what do you think? Instead of teasing and testing people.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. I can absolutely see that. I hear what you're saying. So do you remember this, or do you remember, constantly questioning them about their ability to remember?
Horrible. Really horrible, isn't it?
Very.
And so sad. So we, it's like, it's just mean.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at remembering names of like movies or music and things like that. And somebody goes, who played this? What's that? And I don't know. You might be good at that, Gary, because you're auditory, but it's like, I ain't got a clue. So it's but it's funny, because sometimes when somebody first used to do it, I'm so much better now. It's going, I don't care. But I used to feel bad. I used to feel inferior that I couldn't remember something. I thought they were testing me, but actually they just couldn't remember either, until I realized that that was what was going on. But I used to actually be horrible to myself about it. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So imagine somebody who's constantly been saying, do you remember their name? Do you remember who's coming to see us? Do you remember do you remember do you remember, this is do you remember your son's name?
Do you think they do that maybe for themselves, hoping that, you know, there will be some remembering there?
Possibly.
You know, I
Or
mean, I don't know why, if they knew or realized that they were making that person feel, you know, not so good or inadequate or something like that, that they wouldn't do that.
sometimes they do it, okay, is because they want the other new family members who haven't been there for a while to see that they don't remember. Because so often I need some help.
Right.
And it's like a see, he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, family members can be in denial that their parents need help, that their mum or their dad
Yeah.
might need help. So if they are being, it's awful, but
Yeah.
we've got to understand, it's like we get curious, why are they doing that? What
Mhm.
is that about? And so yeah, you're right, it is like they want to test it to see just how bad it is, maybe, but also to show the family, you see, I'm not making it up, they don't know who you are.
Mm.
So we have to understand that one as well, instead of just you know, like I said before, isn't it awful? But yeah, it is awful, but now let's flip it that way, and now we go, oh, okay, maybe it's a silent, it's a way of going, help me, I've had enough, give me more support. Interesting, isn't it?
Yes, yes. And because it does fall on one person in particular a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why to other people it can seem as mean and horrible, and yeah, it is, but it's a way of getting attention drawn to the fact that they need help. So we don't just judge somebody, we get curious.
Mhm.
Always we get curious, because there's
Yeah.
always two sides to everything.
There is.
You
For sure.
know, what's below the mean behavior? You know, because if someone, why is mum doing that? Why is she putting dad down like that? Why is she testing him? Well, she's probably up to here with it. And she wants you to see. And she's just going, can I just love somebody, love me and help me and hear me, validate me that I'm not crackers. Interesting, isn't it? So it's because it's such a sad, lonely disease for so many people. And it's easy to judge.
Mm-hmm.
And saying that, we all make judgments, but we don't need to be judgmental.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we get curious. That's why I said it that way round. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Food for thought. So yeah, lots of little games that we can play. We can do that at the beginning with the brain health coaching, getting things ready in place now. These are great because we can take photos of things. If somebody's given something away, you've got found, oh, I'll give you my ring. Okay, let's take a picture of you giving the ring to them, because otherwise next time they come, you stole my ring. Mm.
Yes.
And they didn't. Gave it. Do you not remember? Do you not remember giving it to me? No, I didn't. You have to make a record of it. My little grandma gave away loads of stuff to people. Absolutely loads of her stuff, and then furniture and all sorts. And then and then she also used to steal at the end. Later on,
I want that back.
she used to, her whole cupboard inside her room was, you'd go in and that's where all the soap and the toilet rolls were.
Oh
She'd
my
go around
God.
pinching it all. There was no toilet roll or tissues in any of the toilets. She had them all. She'd go
Oh.
around picking it all up and poured it in a cupboard.
And then she'd save it like or
Yeah, they
whatever.
were like going, what, constantly. And then they realized that it was actually as they followed, opened a wardrobe and it was full. She had them.
Yeah. Well, my sister-in-law's had a really horrible thing this last few weeks. Her aunt, so I think it's I don't know. I think it's her aunt. Um, she wouldn't let them come in her house. They would go up there in Michigan and they would go up North Michigan to see her, and she wouldn't let them in her house. And she was on the porch and they could tell she was really, really poorly cared for. And I think she probably had dementia of some kind. I would think.
Yeah.
So this was going on and on and on and on. And they said, something's going on. We really need to get into that house and see what's happening, because she wasn't taking care of herself at all. And so they finally got in and they said the smell was so bad in the house. Everything was so dirty. She just never cleaned. I guess she didn't hoard or anything, but she never cleaned. And so now they said the house might have to be just torn down because it was so bad. And so now they brought her down and she doesn't want to take a shower or anything. So they're having to bathe her. And of course, she's at least getting 3 meals a day. She lived on chicken McNuggets. She would go down to McDonald's and get chicken, and that's all she ate.
Wow.
And she had a dog that she kept in a kennel, and the dog wasn't getting, she never cleaned that out. And
Dog feces.
oh my gosh, it was a mess. It was, I guess, a real mess. So, but those are the kind of things that,
Well, if you've got
someone
dog
were
food,
left on their
there's
own, or
cockroaches.
oh, I don't even want to think
Rats.
about what it could be. I guess one of her toilet went out or whatever, and so she was using cans and stuff. And
Oh my
I
God.
don't know that she even got rid of that. I mean, what a horrible, horrible mess that they have with her. So anyway, her daughter is, the three of them, the daughter and her two aunts would go and they're trying to clean it up, but it's
Oh my gosh.
pretty bad, really bad.
And
But that's something where the person is just not taken care of because they won't allow anybody around them.
yeah,
And
and
I'm sure it's some kind of dementia of some
I'm
kind.
sure.
I would imagine.
I'm sure.
I would imagine.
It's it's as I say, there's over 100 different types of dementia, and who knows, but it's like, so people can be left to their own devices and that's it. It's just sad, yeah, it is. It's horrible.
So what wonderful for people who are the caregivers, like you say. They deserve to be
so
supported and helped.
Next week, what I thought we would do, there's something that I do with my parents, and it's called sleep talk. So we're going to call it hypno sleep in this regard, because I'm not going to teach sleep talk for children. I'm not licensed to teach that.
Isn't that what Cheryl does?
Yeah, that's who I learned it from, and Beryl Coleman as well. But we're going to create a slightly different thing now. And we're going to cut, and this is something that you can invite your caregivers, care partners to do with their loved one then when they're asleep. They don't always like doing it because it somehow might feel weird, and so therefore they don't have to. However, I spoke to Cheryl about it when I went to visit her, and she said that she got one of her people to do it, and that was the thing that really helped the person living with dementia. So do you know what? It's a possibility. Can they do it? They can. If they don't, they don't. We can't make people do stuff. You know, we can recommend that you leave, you know, if your person's not eating very well, have lots of little snacks around, like blueberries, of walnuts, of this around, so they can graze. But if they don't do it, we can't do anything about it. So, you know, water, whatever. It's like we're not in control of everybody. We can do the best we can do as well. So but that's what I thought we would start going over next week. How does that sound? So
that sounds good.
It's quite interesting.
That sounds good.
Okay. I will stop the recording.